why I'm saying Nairobi has become poorer is because, and I know people are gonna see this differently, because a lot of watu wa diaspora hapa sasa wakirudi nyumbani, you know, like they're staying in sijui in Airbnbs in Upper Hill,
Ungem
in hapana hakuna Ungem, na ule enda kuka Ungem haezi post kwa nini, hata post kwa social media.
Oh, by Slay.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
Case in point, whoever nickered Mustafa, that was low. However, I'm glad that opened doors for him to get assistance. And I wanted to comment that actually to tie it in with Omosh and what Eric Omondi has done. There are certain aspects of posting that I believe are good. Like now, for example, when he went, it was just recently, and the ladies...
Oh, the ladies from the jailer.
From the... And even maternity ward.
Yes, and it wasn't only ladies, it was even guys.
Yes.
And it actually brought up, and I don't know if you realize that, sometime after that, they had actually said they were going to go back to start looking, and I think it was even the president who even said that, you know, they were going to go back and start looking at some of these crimes that chaps are in for. That
so for that
they really
that
you know, they should be given a fine.
We have to give him credit for that.
No, give him credit for that, because you're bringing awareness.
Yes,
right. Even this one for Mustafa, in as much as probably, you know, it was
that person. I don't think meant well for him.
Yeah,
the person who posted that,
I don't think
that
they meant
because
well
even the language.
Because remember he said he had been there for a whole year with no problem.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, and it went shwa.
Yeah,
it went viral. Now with Mustafa's, I think, you know, like I was okay, for example, with the Mungai Eve interview that they did, because that was also to bring awareness. And then kulikuwa na hii nyingine where kina Jagwa were parading him in public. I felt that was very humiliating.
I didn't see that. That was after that Nini had been posted.
That was after, you know, like everything had been done. Yeah, so kina Jagwa were parading him and announcing that they're giving him, you know, like 1 million. And then baka wakalikio WhatsApp group at sijui nani alitoa ngapi na nini, and I'm like that was at that point,
as artist season if it new fanya ndani.
No, but no nasema
watu fanya kindani.
At that point, the awareness was already out. The awareness was already out, but ikum later, because they're even making him now to start talk.
So no, but you see now they now that's them trying to get publicity and show that you know we're now doing this. But hey, this guy, it's not like this. This has been going on for a while, and if you guys are in the same WhatsApp group, which they are, because we are in some of those groups, right? They see those things and they know about it, and somebody has brought it to their attention. But because it never went viral, then it's not on people's lips.
And I think what should be happening is, in this case, you know, you're supposed to be looking at, you know, the healthcare system. You know, like, okay, she's going through cancer. What's going on? There's matibabu. You know, like to bring awareness to see what, if any changes can be done or effected to make it better, such that you don't have to, you know, you don't have to. You to sell your kidney, because again, and you know, this brings up that, you know, the conversation you guys had last week, you know, about the finance bill, how much money are guys going to be taxed, because even the poor people are getting taxed like a nonsense. Sorry for another
boss. It's very interesting.
There's also that issue of awareness. There's also that issue of again, you know, tenda wema, nenda zako.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of tricky. And I think the way we've been brought up, the environment we have been raised in, even before social media, there was that thing of opulence. You know, the way you look at somebody, you revere the person because, like, mheshimiwa, honorable daktari, you know, pilot, engineer, you know, that this guy, reverence, and you know, you sort of submit yourselves to.
Ni kama mnamwabudu sasa
kabisa.
Yeah, ni kama mnamwabudu sasa because of pesa. You know, and I think that becomes very problematic in a society, and I think that's what's messing up our society, because there was a time, you know, like when us guys were growing up, you'd remember, like, people would be respected, you know, like kama tuseme wewe ni mwalimu, teachers are known not to be rich, but you would be respected,
but they're respected
for being a teacher,
Headmaster,
you know, like in the society. But nowadays you will be respected just because you've displayed, you know, like wealth, and people have seen it, but nobody even knows exactly what you do. But just because you've displayed it, watu watakurespect, you know, like watasema haya ndo mtu anasaidia. And then, you know, like when it comes to politicians especially, na hii game, I remember when I was in Kenya, not 2007 election, there was the 2002 election. And it's even been happening more recently. So sometimes with these platforms for spreading videos, what happens is that a politician will come to a certain place. These things are usually very choreographed and planned. Akona camera people wake, and then atafungua hiyo briefcase ya pesa, ataanza kupatia watu hapo, and then the camera is already running. Atapatia watu wachache 1 2 3 4 5, and by the way watu wamepatiwa ni watu wake, ni watu wako nao, and then once they've gotten that 1 minute clip, that's enough. They disappear from that place. So now all they have to do is spread this video. When people see this video, maze huyu ndo mtu anatusaidia vibaya sana. But these things are very, very choreographed. They're done in a very systematic way. So they're not actually out there, you know, like helping people. And if you want private help, they will not help you. No, they will not help you. They have to publish your poverty. They have to get something out of it, which becomes very unfortunate. There had been a question here that was asked about poverty in Nairobi. The reason why I'm saying Nairobi has become poorer is because, and I know people are gonna see this differently, because a lot of watu wa diaspora hapa sasa wakirudi nyumbani, you know, like they're staying in sijui in Airbnbs in Upper Hill, in hapana hakuna ungem, na ule anaenda kukaa ungem haezi post kwa nini, hata post kwa social media, because
I just don't post.
do you even find him? Can't find him.
But tonane nimeattend.
And you see, and it's a good thing. But now you see, you'll notice that, how come kwani squeezy everybody who is from or who comes to Nairobi ni huko Makilimani tu na huko Upper Hill, but those are the places where I think people go to stay in these Airbnbs. So they're not understanding, you know, like what's been happening in Nairobi. Nairobi right now, back in the day, there used to be certain ghettos that were known, you know, like even Kibera as we know it. Kibera was not a full ghetto. There was only certain portions of Kibera, Kamala in Saba, that were hiyo ghetto. But now ghettos have spread. Ukienda mpaka Langata kuna kijiji. You know, like ghettos have spread, you know, to places where they never used to be ghetto. They used to be Mathare Ilikwako, but now these ghettos have spread so much because a lot of people who are moving into the city, and the cost of living in the city has gone so far high up, so no one can afford to go live in South Sea Manini. So most people go to those ghettos, and that's why population-wise, Nairobi, 70% live in informal settlements. By informal settlements, I mean places that do not have, you know, like a connection for water, for electricity, like for toilets, barabara. Yes. So that's 70% of that's an overwhelming majority of Nairobi. And then you see another thing that's happening. Na hapa sometimes I'm gonna knock watu wa Islando. A lot of Islando people like saying this thing of wametoka mbali. Islando was a working class neighborhood.
Very true. Middle class, by the way.
Buruburu,
Umoja,
Jericho. All these were solid working class neighborhoods. Bahati. All these were solid working class neighborhoods. But for some reason,
Shauri,
a lot of people, you know, like in Peter Kenneth, they like making it seem like they came from abject poverty. These places were not poor. I think the neighborhoods became dilapidated over time.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But these places, they were not, because msema tibini mse wa ghetto, but you're from Umoja, my friend. That's not a ghetto.
90s.